In this demo, I will show you how to work with pod presets. First, I need to launch my cluster with some extra arguments because these pod presets are still in alpha. I'm running 1.10 beta 1. It's the latest version available, not even the stable version, and pod presets are still alpha in this one. It might take a few more versions before they will come out of alpha status. So I have a directory here, pod presets. And first I'm going to create the cluster again. So I'm going to create a cluster with node count 2. And then the cluster configuration has been created. And to edit this cluster, we can use kops edit cluster. And that's what we need, because if we have a look at the README in the pod presets, we need to add this specification for the Kube API server to enable the pod preset in the enable admission plugin and to enable the alpha feature. So let's do kops edit cluster. We have to add the state, and then we need to add this specification. So let's copy this. Let's have a look if it already exists, this Kube API. It doesn't exist yet, so I will just add it at the bottom. This spec I don't need because this is already set here. And then make sure that the indentation is correct. So it's here 2 spaces and it's here 2 spaces. Kube API server, enable admission plugins. We have the pod preset here and we have the runtime config. Settings for this API v1 alpha 1 is going to be enabled. Going to save this, and then we can start a cluster using kops update cluster -- yes, and again the state. After it's set up, we have to wait 5 to 10 minutes before the DNS updates. Let's check whether the cluster is up now. And okay, the cluster is running. Let's have a look at this pod presets.yaml and the deployments.yaml. Pod presets.yaml. So this is of kind pod presets using this API version. So it's very similar as what I showed you in the theory. I have a selector. I'm going to match app equals my app in the labels. And I'm going to make sure that the pods that match will get an environment variable, a volume mounts, and a volume defined in the pod. I then have deployments. I have 2 deployments, and they are just regular deployments with the label app equals my app, but they don't have any environment, they don't have any volume defined. That will be the pod preset that is going to inject that into these 2 deployments. So let's create this pod preset. If we do kubectl get pod presets, then we see now we have our pod preset created in Kubernetes. So now whenever we create a deployment using label app equals my app, then we will see these resources injected in the pods. Let's have a look at the pods. 3 pods per deployment. Let's have a look. kubectl describe pod and the name of the pod. I'll pipe this through less. And let's have a look at this. Container creating still. But as you can see, we have the environment my secret equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it injected our secret. And it also created our mount /share from share volume, and then share volume is defined in the pod. We have a share volume of type empty directory. So this injection worked, and if you would check other pods, then we should all see the same. Let's have a look at one of deployment 2, and here as well, environment my secret, the mount, and the share volume. So this is an easy way to inject resources to multiple pods that share the same set of config or the same volumes or the same environment variables. As long as there's no conflict, your presets will be injected. That's it for this demo. You can try it out yourself. Just keep in mind that this is still an alpha feature, so it's best to wait until this goes to beta or stable until you use it in a production cluster. I would say you can already test it, but then make sure that you have a much more recent version of the cluster as I have. Right now, this is the latest version, but in a couple of months, there will be new versions. At some point, it will definitely be stable.